इतना सफर है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन की कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Thank you so much, Dheeraj, for such a lovely motivational message. We at Franchise India family wishes everyone happy Independence Day. Thank you so much for joining us today for yet another exciting episode of Business Opportunity with Chai. Franchise India, the brand helping all the international and national brands to expand their business with our 70+ offices, and we are helping all potential business buyers to understand our brands and taking their decisions. We are welcoming you for the 89th episode of Business Opportunity with Chai series. This webinar is hosted by Mr. Maria, who's a chairman at Franchise India Group, along with our second panel member, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. She's the MD at Franchise India Brands Limited. And both are leading team of business consultant who is helping brands as well as potential business buyers. It's our privilege that today we are presenting you Celebrate Life, and the brand of the day is Celebrate Life. We have Dr. Ragbir, who is a co-founder and director at Celebrate Life, the brand which comes from Bengaluru. They're already operational with 100 units, many more are signing and 4 are coming soon. We welcome you, Dr. Sir. You enjoy 15 years of experience in wellness and training franchisee, and we're excited to know about the journey of Celebrate Life and your legacy. So over to you, sir.
Great. Look forward. Thank you so much, Archana. And I would like to thank all the panelists. Thank you so much and wish you a happy Independence Day. Archana, would you be able to get the slides on?
So is it not visible on your screen?
Yes, I can see it now. Thank you. All right, here we go. So generally, whenever I take a session, I always start with 2 questions. And because generally I take an interactive session wherein we meet people on one-to-one or one-to-many basis. Now we are doing it online, but my question goes as I ask those 2 questions. So how many of you, it's for the people who are participating for this webinar, how many of you are looking to earn a lot of money? If the answer is yes, so thank you. And how many of you would like to have a lot of peace of mind? And if the answer is yes, then thank you. And how many of you would like to have both of them together? Thank you. You have come to a right place. My name is Dr. Raghib, and I'm the director and co-founder of the company called Celebrate Life. Now, what I'm going to share here is today is the opportunity with Celebrate Life. Celebrate Life is into wellness and beauty space. So what we are going to do today is we will talk about Celebrate Life. We'll also talk about why Celebrate Life in franchising business. why beauty and wellness industry. We'll also dig a little deeper and talk about a master franchisee opportunity. There's a wonderful opportunity available with Celebrate Life as master franchisee opportunity. There is a franchisee opportunity available on unit franchisee, and also some of the image and gallery. So this is what we are going to do today. I'm excited to share this with you all. Next, Archana. Great. Can we go to the next? I'll share about myself a bit. However, the idea is to share about the business opportunity. I've been in the industry for 15 plus years in wellness and beauty industry. Our team comprise of close to 10, 12 people. One of our founders are 4. So they are also from the diverse background and experience. I've gained a lot of experience in franchising business. And also the key is that we have been doing this business for last 10 years and developed it the way we have developed. So can we go to the next slide? Okay, so as I talked about 10 plus years in salon and wellness industry, we have multiple different models we operate. For example, we have holistic wellness centers. We have small standalone salon and wellness center as well. Of course, we have something which I'm going to talk about more today is the apartment complex model, which is a very exciting model, and people are liking it. People are able to make good money, and it's the way wherein customers are also loving it. Then, of course, rapid growth in Bangalore. In Bangalore, we have got connected with the master franchisee for Bangalore in Q1 in 2019, and since then, under them, we have 11 operational units under this master franchisee for Bangalore, 4 under construction, and we have 13 more franchisees who have signed up and are in pipeline. So last 15 months for the master franchisee has been amazing. Go to the next slide. So our vision is to build an enduring brand in the field of beauty and wellness space. When I talk about enduring brand, the idea is how do I reach to more people and how do I create wonderful opportunity for all the stakeholders in the business as well. Next, please. Our core value on which we stand for last decade is client care, quality of service, what we offer to people, results. We are a very result oriented company, and ethical business practices. Next. Okay, so our value proposition for our client, what they can expect from the apartment model is value for money. And of course, convenience, and we'll talk about convenience a little more, and quality of services and product for the clients and their families. Next. Okay, our expertise as a brand, we are expert in beauty space. When you talk about beauty, then you have hair care, skin care, wedding services, dermatological treatment, and regular beauty services. We also have loads of experience in wellness, in not only therapeutic and relaxation massage, talk about counseling and physiotherapy as well. So emotional and mental well-being also been taken care with the physical fitness. In terms of fitness, we have nutrition, diet management, weight management programs through therapeutic treatments. And then we have product. Of course, the product range is from beauty products, which is also internal use and for retail. Next, Archana. Thank you. Can we go to the next? So now, when we talk about beauty and wellness industry per se, it's a huge amount of opportunity. I will not go deeper on this at the moment. However, what I have noticed that beauty and wellness industry was the luxury maybe 10, 20 years ago. Now it's become a necessity for people. You'll agree that, you know, getting ready for everyday meeting to a function, to a party, and I want to look good every time, it becomes a need in today's society. So it's growing at a rapid pace. And of course, initially when we started, we always used to think that beauty and wellness industry is only for women probably. And that time it was 80 and 20 ratio, that 80% women. Now you'll be surprised to see the scenario has changed completely. It's now close to 50-50 actually. And that's how it's been developing. So can we go to the next slide? Thank you. And also consumer changing preference. If we see traditional preference was always in terms of price taste, and convenience. And now if we see evolving preference for our clients, then they talk about holistic solution, health and wellness. They talk about transparency is very critical in today's world. Safety and security is one of the area which people love to have. And also social impact, social impact, that others, what they think about me, or how do I impact in society or this, where I am. And also the experience. People pay today for experience. Next, please. Okay, so why celebrate life? Now, we have tons of experience of running salon and wellness centers and in this industry for a long year. We are also subject matter expert, and we developed in the last decade as well. We have some amazing members in team who are experienced in the similar industry for 20 and 25 years as well. Strong system and process. We always believe that if you want to go long, the base has to be strong, and system and process is the base. It's not people driven, it's system driven. Then, of course, diverse service offering. It's not just a salon, or it's not just a wellness center. It's a bouquet of services which is available under one roof. And also the quality of product service which we offer to our clients, which we'll talk about at some stage. And the picture which you're seeing on the slide is actual picture of one of the apartment model branch. Archana, can we go to the next slide? Okay, so let's talk about apartment model now. So we are specifically talking about apartment model now. Generally, when we started the business, and we generally had the businesses wherein a large unit outlet, which is 2,500 square feet, and there are 15 staff and a lot of investment. What we realize is a business which can scale has to be easily managed as well. And one of the reasons why business fails for me is if the business is out of customer. If there's no customer, business will not work. So apartment model started, and the value proposition what we have for apartment model is we are sitting inside a complex, which is a good high-end apartment, which is 500 plus houses. And of course, it's a safe and secure environment. So good quality options for resident, which is available for their doorstep, safe and secure environment, easy reach and accessibility, and beat traffic. You will agree that in today's world, if somebody is going for a haircut, I get ready first, I get into my car, get into traffic, then maybe 20 minutes, half an hour drive, and then I look for parking. Where is the parking? And those challenges, when we talk to our clients, we realize that these are practical challenges they were facing. And that's one of the reasons we started the apartment model. So a family salon and wellness center, which will serve all age groups at their doorstep. When I say doorstep, it's not inside the house. Sometimes I've talked to many clients, and they feel uncomfortable when somebody is coming from outside and providing service inside the house, and somebody you don't know. Now here, you can just get into the lift, go down, go to the clubhouse, and you have an excellent service available, which could be as good as any of the salon they prefer to go outside. Next, please. Okay, so what are the services we use and provide in the apartment model? So you have hair care, skin care, massages and therapies. Of course, additional services like physiotherapy and counseling is also available. So now hair and skin care are the basic service required for each and every individual. If it is kid, teenager, or a senior citizen, or a working people, they all want to get their haircuts done and a facial done and a pedicure and those basic services. Now, a lot of people, what we have noticed is people living in an apartment, they also want to take care of themselves, and their stress is always going higher. So in that regards, the massages plays a very vital role, whether it is detoxification massages, relaxation massages, therapeutic massages, and post-pregnancy for women, and so many other services. Can we go to the next slide? Some of the clients talk about us. These are there on the web. We can share some of the link. One of the best testimonial what I got for the apartment model recently is, generally if you go for a hair straightening, permanent hair straightening, it's a long duration service. A lot of women will agree with me. It's 4 or 5 hours long service. Now, a woman taking out these many hours from the daily busy schedule wherein they have to take care of their houses, their kids, and all the other thing, it's very, very difficult. And then come all the way taking this service in salon. What happens is, in the apartment model, they get into their pajamas, come and take this service. When they start the service, there's 45 minutes of treatment and then 45 minutes of break. So in that break, they go back, go to their house and finish their job and come back. So this kind of comfort is available for them. And these are some amazing testimonial which they shared themselves. Can we go to the next? Okay, so now the opportunity here I'm bringing in is the master franchisee opportunity, what is available for a few cities. Now, what is the vision for the company? Vision for the company is creating 1,000 outlets in next 5 years. Now, we have developed in Bangalore, developed a master franchisee in Bangalore. If you talk about master franchisee in Bangalore, as I have mentioned it earlier, it was started in first quarter of 2019. And since then, their background, there are 3 partners from corporate and business background. Now, if you talk about territory, we have given them Bangalore territory with 33 units. Now, current situation, what they are up to is 11 operational outlets for them, 4 under construction, which is ready to launch. In the Corona situation, they are ready to launch. A couple of them is launched already while I'm speaking here. And another one is launching on 2nd of August on the eve of Ganesh Chaturthi. And also 13 more franchisees signed up, which are waiting on their pipeline to find a right property and get into it. So if you notice, the ROI for them is achieved in 15 months. And not only that, they're well ahead of their target. And there is in master franchisee, there is one, you look for your return. So people look for investment, and also they look for when do I get my return, when the return will happen. In master franchisee opportunity, they have not only got their return, they have created passive income stream for next 5 years through their royalty, which would be month-on-month basis. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so what you can expect from brand, of course, you may say as an investor or anybody who wants to get into master franchisee, okay, I can bring in the investor, what kind of support I can get from brand? So some of the critical element about the business is, of course, I can invest, but I don't know about the industry. It's absolutely fine if somebody is not aware about the industry, because what we'll do, we'll train our master franchisee, and through the system and process, we have an operational manual hand over to them. And also we'll train the unit franchisee signer then under them, and also the staff. Now, one of the critical aspect of this business is staff. It's a make or break for the business. You know, most of the cases, what I've experienced that, you know, the staff is there and then the next day they're not there. Now, I cannot provide the service if I am a you know, master franchisee or a franchisee. That person is going to provide the service, and that will take care of my business. So what we do is we not only support to recruit. So we we create the recruitment process through our channel, then train them, certify them, and then only we offer them to the master franchisee and the franchisee. So also in terms of marketing, generally in the earlier days of business, we used to invest, our investment for one outlet was 60-70,000 per month as a marketing expense. Now in apartment model, it's in few hundreds or thousands. And whatever marketing collateral, our partners need not have to worry about, because all the design collateral would be created by brand with, you know, in consultancy with the partners, create the campaign, create the events for our partners. Also product and services pricing, we understand how is the, you know, if the apartment is of which level or which category apartment, we plan the service pricing accordingly. And also technology enablement through software. So you have a cloud-based software, which is a brilliant software. You can track all the things in terms of your sales. You also track your feedback from the clients and your services offering, which product is doing well and which is not. So all data is available there. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so you may ask that, okay, what is the investment? Now the investment for territory, we can define a territory, for example, say Hyderabad or a Pune or a Delhi NCR. The master franchisee fee, the one-time investment is 60 lakh rupees and the taxes. And a master franchisee have to sign up for a unit, because they need to understand a business more. So they invest on that one unit. Now, what kind of return you can expect? The significant franchisee opportunity, there's a huge vast opportunity, because the unit investment is quite low comparatively. It's about 15-16 lakh rupees. So there, I can see a lot of attraction from people to sign up for this opportunity, because it's easily managed business and a quick return business. Now, also master franchisee, you know, shares in the business. What kind of share would be in business? So I can take anybody who's interested, or you can connect to the Franchiseindia. However, I'll give you just a gist of it. The sign-up fee and the monthly royalty will be divided 50-50 between the brand and the master franchisee. So we create equal opportunity for our partners. And ROI, when can you expect, is about 18 to 20 months. And what we have case study, what we realize is the current master franchisee got their return within 15 months. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so this was about master franchisee. I just want to quickly brief you about the unit franchisee as well. Now, people who are interested in unit franchisee, of course, they will get the support from brand plus the master franchisee for that territory. Now, the training will be provided to the franchisee partner. And most of the cases, what happens, people are worried that I'm coming back from corporate, I'm getting to start a business. I'm a housewife and I want to start a business. I don't know anything about the business. So we as a brand, not only train them about the business, we also train them how to get into the business and how do you create a mindset from the job to a business owner. Now, also, of course, you have an operational manual and all the other supporting documents supporting you. You will have checklist of each and every aspect of the business, and you can take it through to understand the business more. Of course, staff recruitment will always be with the brand, because we understand that could be a challenge and that could be a make or break for business. So that is available always. A marketing support, which we talked about earlier as well, product and services pricing, and of course, the technology. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so now what happens generally is, if you notice, there are a lot of challenge with the, there is a salon, there's another salon beside, people can get into your territory. Now, your territory, if a person gets into apartment model, is just your apartment. Now, we may have a question, and this question was, we have talked about all the good things about the business. I will also talk about what are the challenges we faced and how did we overcome. However, in terms of investment for a unit is about 15 to 16 lakh rupees. That includes the franchisee fee, that includes the interiors, furnitures, equipment, other fulfillment, everything. So it's not like then you invest this and there's something else as well. It includes each and every aspect of the business. Also, when you talk about returns, then you have captive client database, which creates an revenue opportunity month-on-month basis. And also ROI we can expect in 18 months. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so in a while we'll go to the image. Archana, how much time we have?
So we still have 2 minutes to explain, and then probably
Okay.
we'll take all the question and answers.
Okay, great. So I will take this 2 minutes.
Gaurav sir, you are on mute.
Yeah.
Please go on a flow. We have enough time. You're on a mute.
Okay, can we go to the previous slide? Great. Okay, so generally when we thought about apartment model, I'm sure a lot of people have these questions. So I had the similar question before I got into the apartment model, because I get into apartment model, I kill my outside business, because what will happen if I go inside, then I lose outside people. And also, how it is if I start just outside the complex, so that I get more and more client. And this was our thought as well when we started this business. What we realized though is how many clients we need to run a successful salon business. We identified and realized maybe 250, 300 on a monthly basis. Now we sign up for an apartment model, which has about 500 plus houses. And these are the builders, which are Brigade, Prestige, Purvankara, Salarpuria, and a lot of others, A-class builder. Now, what are your clientele, and you get into these places with 1,500 and 2,000 people living in there, and you're looking for maybe 7 to 10% of people coming to you. So I'm not saying that everybody has to come to you or come to us to get the return. It's just about 7 to 10% people coming to us. Taking those basic services are more than enough for us to create a great revenue and also a very good return. Second challenge was, if you go inside the complex, what happens is, if somebody gives a negative feedback, then it spreads very quickly. And a very, very valid thought. And we realized that if outside I was running a business and I was running any other business, what happens is sometimes clients didn't like it, like the service or something didn't go well with the client. We'll try to convince them and we'll help them, support them, whatever I could. But if it's not still okay, then we'll say, okay, we'll let go this client. But in an apartment model, that is not the case. So we understood that, and what we have created a beautiful feedback mechanism. And whenever we get into any apartment or we sign up with any builder, we have a meeting with them, the association, and go to AGM, and we say, you know what, we are coming here. These are the services we are going to provide. And sometimes it may not go well, but what we are committed to is any feedback given, there's a team of support team which is available, get the feedback and we'll get the resolution. Now for the partners, we also understand they may not be able to handle these kind of problems. Then there are dedicated people supporting for these kind of anything escalated. It will go to the manager of the store, it will go to the owner of the store, the franchisee, and also the brand. And one of the brand representative will get in to a call or a personal visit to make sure it has been sorted. So what I'm saying is, it's not that nothing will go wrong, but what we are committed to, if anything goes wrong, anything is not happening in the way we want, we are ready and standing to resolve this. And that created a wonderful, culture, because what happened when we signed up our first apartment with Brigade Property, now they liked us so much, they said all the Brigade Property, Celebrate Life, it's available. We are coming with anywhere and that's available. Similarly, it went for Prestige. We started with one, and they liked the concept and the services so much, because I'm not talking about a salon which is a dingy salon with limited service in the clubhouse. I'm talking about a full-fledged salon with an excellent feeling and infrastructure, and with quality service, no compromise with the quality service and the cost-effective way inside my complex. They loved it so much that Prestige also went ahead and said, anywhere we are coming with an apartment, Celebrate Life would be the partner for us. And that created a great, momentum for us, because now I get a call from the builder and saying that we are coming in that property. Would you like to come over? And this is the same scenario with many other builder. Of course, what we do is when a franchisee sign up or a master franchisee sign up with us, we understand that it's a new stuff for them. We not only train them, we handhold them and support them to make them successful, because their success is our success, and we are committed to that. Thank you. We can quickly, Archana, we can quickly go through the gallery. These are the actual picture. Now, this happened during COVID time. There could be one of the question that, how do you dealing with the COVID situation? And that was a very, very challenging situation for all the business, including us. Now, luckily, we were inside the clubhouse of an apartment. We took all the safety measures. We closed down during the lockdown period. And when we opened, this is the pictures, live pictures from the outlets, and people started coming back. And they started the trust back as well. So keeping our employees and the clients safe, continuing to deliver the same level of services in the challenging time as well. Now, our 60% clients are back and they are happily taking services on our outlets. Can we go to the next slides? And these are some of the pictures on the next slides, wherein the actual apartment pictures. This was one of the first outlet, and it was created in a space of 250 square feet. And that's the smallest one. People were surprised. Can you create a salon in 250 square feet? Generally, the sweet point for us is 350 square feet to about 600 square feet. We can create a good salon in 300 square feet. Can you go to the next one? Some of the example of a little larger. So this is about 1200 square feet. Create a wonderful environment for people, come and take their services. Go to the next one. This is a Purvankara property. This is Prestige property. Next one. There's another Prestige property in Electronic City in Bangalore. Godrej property in Godrej Woodsman. Next. Salarpuria property, Salarpuria Greenish. Bhartiya City, Nico Homes. Prestige Falcon City. You can keep going on. So, another Prestige property. Brigade. This is our recent launch at Brigade Lakefront. Okay, so some of the pipeline under this master franchisee is some of the key Brigade property, which is Brigade Cosmopolis, Prestige, Westwood, Brigade Panorama, and Orchard. And these opportunity comes, initially when we started this business and we were approaching, because this is an opportunity wherein it's a win-win situation for all the party, but it was very difficult to find up a right apartment. How do I find right apartment? So we created a checklist of about 15, 20 points, and we started approaching the apartment and the builders. And initially it was a very tough time because they don't allow you to come in. You're an outsider, right? And then what we did is we developed that kind of relationship with them. Now, whether it is Bangalore, Hyderabad, and other places, we have directly approached the builders and signed up with them. And they love that we start our setups inside their community. We are open for Q&A.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much for a good insight. And we have a very long association with you. So we understand that you work very hard and build the brand, and all the co-founders have worked very hard. So I liked your model of the apartment model, because I feel that has a strong, capability to grow, especially in the closed communities, gated communities. I think it is always part of the essential, so to say, service available. And I feel that the basic services like a dairy, F&B, which is food and vegetable, and a salon should be part of any kind of a gated infrastructure being built. And I feel that now there is, especially in markets like Mumbai, Delhi, also outside Delhi, which means Gurgaon and Noida, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, there are many, many townships there. I mean, if you want to really put this gated township, this would be about 2,000 plus such developments, which would and I feel that match has to be very clearly around about 2,000 plus families. Before we start, let's get into the, so to say, we divide the entire discussion into three parts. One is obviously return, risk, and overall reward, which we will get. Talk about not only further and also the royalties which keep. But if you go into the apartment model and go into depth of that model, I see three risk points, and I would like you to viewpoint on that. One, anything whenever you bring in as an amenity to the residents, while the developer participates in that, but the RWA has a very big role in that, because at the end of the day, Resident Welfare Association, which takes a decision on who should be giving that one time. And I have really seen that most of the time they would like to bring in services which can be subsidized to the residents and things like that. And they tend to make it commoditized. And when you make it commoditized, one, you have the whole performance challenge, which means that pricing could always become a problem. Second, they can change the priorities. Tomorrow they don't like you and they like somebody else, and they say we don't want to take your services, and you can go out. And so as a franchisee, you always into this whole risk, so to say. And that's one question. Second is that what kind of capex you deploy, and there's a capex comes from the developer. He puts in some money and gives you infrastructure, or you put the capex. That's the second question. And that you can also elaborate on the capex, what kind of investment goes in, and give us a little understanding of the, so to say, the business model from a financial viewpoint. How much, say you already running the salon, so you have a lot of real-time data. If that can, over to you.
Great, thank you, and thank you for lovely question. I'm sure this will help us and our audience as well. Now, as this could be a major point wherein you sign up with builder, and when you go on the field and when you rubber meets the road, there are association, there are other people who are involved there. So what we always do, and this is our preferred model, whenever we are signing through builder. So there are three aspects of signing: one through builder, one through association, or one through the third party. Like there are third party who manages the apartment or the clubhouse in some of the places. Now, what we do when we approach through builder, we also tell them to introduce us to the association or the ad hoc committee which is getting formed, and we meet them, and we also share with them what we are going to do and what we are exactly up to. Now, the major challenge there comes is about the pricing. Now, before the pricing also, generally people used to prefer it should be an 11-month agreement. Now, our worry is if it is 11 months, after that they plan to change, you bring in other, partner, they can do that. However, we always go for long term, and we only go for those apartments or the clubhouse where they sign up for long term. So our agreement is not less than 3 years, and we always prefer 5 years of sign up, and then only we get into that. So that risk is always there if it's going for short term. So that's how we averse that. Now, second question comes here. Of course, inside a apartment, even though it's a quality apartment, people living there are amazing people living there, and they have deep pockets. But when it comes to services inside there, community, they always prefer to have in a subsidized rate. And we absolutely understood that. And that's one of the reasons we have made sure that we are not running any of the outlet outside. As we got into apartment model, we have a couple of flagship outlet wherein we provide the quality service. But the idea here is, how do I provide a subsidized price? So you'll be surprised to see the rate cards for us in apartment model, because if you talk about regular haircut for a man, it happens in 150 rupees. And that is available at their doorstep. Our expenses are less because we always sign up with a low rent model with the builder. Because generally outside we used to pay 80,000, a lakh rupees, 1.5 lakh rupees I pay for one of my outlet outside. There the rents are anywhere between 9,000 rupees to 25,000 rupees. That's a rental we always opt for. A smaller space, complex space, lower rent, and we are less staff. So staff is not like 10 staff. We are 3 to 4 staff we start with. It's an appointment based model. People, come for service and they think there is 10 minutes, they'll go play tennis and come back. So this is how they feel comfortable. It's their house. So we make that comfortability available for them. They always come on the appointment basis. And we understand if we are able to serve 15 clients in a day, our business has been taken care. Actually, it's booming. And not only that, we have created models. So what will happen if you have only these clients coming? You will have repeat client, but you don't have a scope to build in more client, right? Maybe 2,000 family, and that's it. So what we have done, we have added some quality stuff like, say, makeup for brides or functions. So always inside apartment, you will see there are some activities happening every weekend. There's a birthday party, there's a function, there's 30 women who wants to get ready, and those things we offer and it is available. So that's an additional revenue generation for our partners, and that's how they get cushioned in. Now, the second question you asked in terms of the financials, what are the large, deeper picture in terms of finance? So what we do is, whenever we sign up with a builder association, the good news is these are A-class builders and they don't mind spending money. They create a lovely, beautiful setup wherein all the stuff is there. For example, if there's spa area, if you go to their health club, you'll realize there's steam bath, shower, sauna, all things are fixed, beds are ready. Now we only invest in the salon area to beautify and create the interiors and also the furnitures and equipment which is related to our business. So most of the construction bit has been taken care by them. Also, we make sure that all the civil work is taken care by them. The basic beautification we take care. So general investment in any beautification of this kind of space of about 300 to 500 square feet is somewhere around 5 to 6 lakh rupees. Other than that, we also have equipment, furnitures, and other fulfillment. It is about 4 to 5 lakh rupees. So about 10, 11 lakh rupees, you take care of all the stuff. And then you have a franchisee fee. And that's about it. It covers, so franchisee fee, initial investment, and all the investment related to equipments have been taken care. Now we understand the investment is made. That's how we sign up a long-term agreement with them. Now in terms of what could be my return? And that's a general question always. Now you talk about any of a flagship outlet. I'm sure you would have visited our Franchisee outlet in Bangalore. That's a large outlet. And my average ticket size for that business is about 4 to 5,000, which is quite large, 4 to 5,000 in salon and wellness business. Now we could not expect the similar kind of ticket size in apartment model. Now our ticket size for, if people go for their regular beauty services also is about anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500. So that's average, very realistic average ticket size. And what we realize, if we have about 300, 350 people coming, I'm booming on my target, because general target on revenue we create is about 3 lakh rupees is our average sales for this kind of model, 3 lakh rupees in a month. I have also noticed that there are places doing 3.5, 4, 5.5 lakh rupees as well. But I have always noticed if we can create 2.5, 3 lakh rupees of business, my monthly operational cost, rent and salaries and all the things, if you include together, is never more than 2 lakh rupees, 1.9 and 2 lakh rupees, which includes everything, including the royalty paid to brand. And the royalty is 20,000 on a monthly basis, or 10% of revenue, whichever is higher. Now, my operational cost includes that 20,000 as well. It's not more than 1.9 to 2 lakh rupees. Now, if I'm doing as a business 3 lakh rupees, which is easily driven 3 lakh rupees, I need about 250, 300 clients for me every monthly basis to take care of that. So that basic has always been taken care. That's how I say it's a safer way of doing business, because I know my clients are available here. I need not have to wait for 3 to 6 months to create my, walk-ins and create my customers, because I have to take care of the challenges, which are there are multiple salons nearby. I'm to fight with those competition as well. There's no competition. Provide that quality service, work on the feedback, which we are committed to do so. And this is automated business, which come across. Now, in terms of, other than these, any other expenses, if you talk about all miscellaneous and everything, this is not a large expense. Even the electricity bill and all the stuffs are at a minimum level, which is also included in the operational expenses.
Very interesting, very helpful. So what doctor is saying is that this model is obviously low capex model, depending on what the developer would agree or the club operator would agree. Sometimes they have created provisions of wet areas because salon needs a wet area, and civil and everything is already been created. You need to do what they call the other furnishing, which also is intelligently to be done, that even if after 3 years you need to relocate to another place, you don't really lose that capex, because so try to do it with a structure which can be pulled out and you can use that structure somewhere else. And there are a lot of good structures available, because expenses actually the salon chairs which are very expensive, and other things are very expensive, and that all is movable and manageable, and you can shift to that thing. But don't do any contract which is less than 3 years.
Yes.
Enter into any kind of as two things: one, 2,000 plus people who are living there. Second, the affordability. Affordability is also very important. Not everywhere you will get a ticket value of, because all the examples which Dr. has given of Prestige or
Brigade, Salarpurias.
they are all having a certain level of apartments, and most of the times they are expensive. They are all 1.5 to crore. So obviously people who are living there are also having that kind of affordability. So you need to really see the affordability, because it's all going to be a ticket value for you. And I completely agree. And this also is balanced from a perspective, because a lot of salons actually complain because they get overchoked on the weekends, and weekdays are normally free. And this can balance, because people are in their comfort, so they can really come late hours when they come from home. You can really flexibly put that. People can really come in the morning, get their haircut done or whatever needs to be done. And women can really, if they're not working, so to say, and these days a lot of people are not working, they can obviously make a choice to come in the day and things like that. There are a lot of people who, especially seniors, who don't move out, and you have some elder in the home and they want to get services done. So there can be flexible hours for them. So I think your trading hours can also become much easierly managed, because you don't have to really do that. So a lot of that value can be done. I feel that it's a by appointment model. It's a good model. It runs globally. It's a captive model. Normally it is run in hotels. It runs in in many other if you go resorts and things of that nature, they normally would have a captive salon which is available, which is normally for in-room amenity, or in I think a lot of service apartments which you see normally would offer this kind of service. So there are a lot of service apartments available in places where you can really do that. So it's an interesting model to look at it. I would still have my own perception on the sales cycle, because I feel that the cycle should be somewhere around about 2.5 lakh rupees. That should be the ideal cycle. One should really do that. So cost has to be rationalized in terms of how you spend in doing it, because over expecting sales in this model is a wrong idea. This is a good return model, but it is not a model which you can over expect the sales. It's not like conventional salon. So that's one. So let me take one more question, and then I'll pass it on to Sonia for her remarks. On the master franchise model, you said master franchise. The master franchise would run the conventional high street model and the apartment model both, or you're currently more focused on the apartment model than the conventional model?
So we're currently focused on apartment model on all the major cities. Now the master franchisee partner will run one of the unit which is inside an apartment itself.
And this apartment model would also do direct to home services, because a lot of people would say, so you will have a direct to home kit also. I understand that, especially for people who don't want to get out, or they want to really get the services done at home. That also would be available.
Absolutely. Home services available, and that's one of the key services what we offer. senior citizen, a lot of people, or pregnant women, a lot of other people who don't wish to come down, we can provide those services with the home kit at their place as well, the houses.
Makes sense. So it has both captive facility, which is available normally in the clubhouse,
Yes.
or a facility which is being created by the developers. Sometimes developers have created amenity places within the complex itself, and that has to be really done. And as rightly said, if you build one good relationship with a good developer, like if you do in Gurgaon with DLF, then you can go to all the DLF properties. If you are in, say, Godrej, they've already done. Godrej has now become one of the national developers across, and many other developers are good. In there's Nagarpata, many other developers which have very large. Shapurji Palanji's developments are very big. We have actually ourselves handling a big project from them in Bangalore, where the 45-acre project, which has 6,000 families to reside, and one of the largest 45,000 square feet clubhouse they have. So they have enough place, all these amenities, and normally they would have built these amenities. So it's an interesting model, very, very interesting model, good innovation, and territories, obviously one has to discuss. So another thing, which is you said the 60 lakh rupees as a master franchise fees. Is it going to change for different territories? Because not every territory would have an opportunity like that. And I also feel that this opportunity might be limited to the maybe bigger cities, might not be so successful because you don't get in smaller cities too much of gated communities, so to say. And that becomes a problem. Or you have to then set it up with the conventional old clubs. You used to be like a gym or a place like that where you can really tie up with them, which still is a neighborhood, because sometimes in housing you have a club which is older gymkhanas or another community clubs which are there, which also can really do a model like this. So would you be flexible in your master franchise?
Absolutely. We are absolutely flexible, because we understand we go to a different territory. It would be absolutely different for all the territory. We cannot use the same principle for all the territory. We understand that, and we are flexible. And also we understand that there could be less or more opportunity, but these opportunities are fabulous. As you rightly said, you talked about Delhi NCR, and see the kind of opportunity there we have. You know, if you talk about quality apartment, there could be thousands of apartment, right? But some of the places, as you rightly said, wherein there's no apartment culture of that regards, we are flexible to understand, thinking about not only the fee, also how do we develop in that area, whether it would be a neighborhood salon, or we could create in clubhouses or the clubs, different clubs. We are flexible for that.
Interesting. So over to you, Sonia, for your questions and your observation on this whole apartment model.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rakib. I also personally feel it is an innovation that you have done, and the audience is captive. It is very convenient for a lot of people who do not want to go out. It also has a very high engagement, I would say. You have predictability on the business, and also have repeat business from the same clientele coming in. And so that's my view on this. And overall, I feel the beauty and the wellness industry has been considered very resilient also in the past, and the scope has now intertwined, like you rightly said, with individual sense of overall well-being, which seeks physical and mental wellness. So I'll take some questions. Some people had asked about whether that's a unisex, men, women. So I'll also maybe answer while I was doing that when I was listening. So it's a unisex salon, both men and women.
Yes.
And some other questions, Dr. Rakib, which kind of requires a little bit of more clarity, and I was taking a note on those. So what kind of APCs, because it is comparatively a different model than the traditional salons, and what kind of APCs can one expect out of a model like this? And what are the services which gives you maybe higher margins?
Yeah, sure. Great. Thank you for the question, and I appreciate the question coming in. Now, of course, as you answered the first question already, it's a unisex place, and we create certain good amount of privacy whenever we create the structure at that time only, because we understand it's an apartment culture wherein families coming in. It's a very different way of treating. So always there is good amount of privacy created for them, but it's a unisex place. And now when you talk about, when you get into the apartment model, the most challenging thing is, of course, about the kind of charges you're making. It has to be always cost effective. Now, when you talk about these cost effective service, because our investment for these cost effective services is also low, we generate good amount of margin. And if you see at an average, we have about 40 to 50% of margin average. Now, there are services like massages and therapies. In that, we have 90% of margin. Because the infrastructure is available, there are different techniques, but you don't invest kind of consumable of that high. For example, you will know better if you do a hair straightening, the investment of consumable is so high compared to a massage. So now the mix is created in such a manner that there are some low-hanging fruits wherein people come, they come for an eyebrow also, that's a 30-50 rupees worth. But however, a lot of women and other people will go for multiple services in a month, whether it is pedicure, manicure, hair wash, and facial and haircut and basic services they need on a monthly basis. Not a haircut probably, but these are basic services list. Now every month it's a recurring business coming in. Another good factor, what I realized, this is a model wherein we can be flexible as well. For example, if I know that my income is limited, even though we have created some opportunity through bridal makeup, through different makeup services and all the other services and home doorstep services, we also have a control on the expenses. So you can reduce the staff, because the expenditure investment is very limited here. You can do those flexibilities.
Okay, now my next question is on the number of resources which are required, training of the staff, and also procurement of the staff. If you can
Great.
take all these three together.
Sure, I'll do that. Very good question. Thank you so much. Now, in terms of how many staff you need, what we have realized, the sweet spot is anywhere between 3 and 4 staff. So generally we keep 3 and 4 staff. And if the place is really small, then we go for even 3. And so say 3 to 5 staff member, depending on the requirement. Now, how do we procure these staff? How do we, what is the selection process? So we have our web created for how do we get new staff. Now what we do is we recruit for them. So we don't leave it to them so that they get their staff. We recruit, we train them, and then give it to our franchisees. And that's not only enough, because what happens initially, you started the business with 4 staff, for example, we given them 4 best staff, but the challenge is they leave also. They are unwell. I have fever today, I cannot come. So these kind of casual leave or fever, or they are not well, we provide a support from our corporate for those kind. The support can be available within an hour. So somebody can request staff. Second thing, what we have done also is there's a replacement. For example, somebody's leaving the job. Then we have a lot of people on bench, and we have created that kind of structure through which we can offer them staffing so that we understand that's a make or break of the business. So that control is supported completely by the brand.
And Dr. Raghi, because you have currently all across, maybe I would say South. So if this services are also extended to states outside Karnataka, say for example Pune locations, we're looking for a master franchisee, how would these services be expanded there? Or would this then become the responsibility of the master franchisee to take care of as far as the unit is concerned?
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons as we go out of any of the territory or we go into new territory, the first thing is the master franchisee. We train, equip them to support the unit franchises. It's very critical. Then when you start a business, it has to be supported in a most effective manner. And that's one of the reasons the master franchisee supported by the brand will support these units.
Sure. Very quickly, because we're reaching the top of the hour, I'll take some very quick questions, because you have this relationship with the developers, right? So you mentioned Prestige, and they would have a lot of these developments coming in. So the agreement happens with the company Celebrate Life, and is that further sub-licensed to the franchisee? In whose name is the agreement signed? Is this you or the franchisee?
So the agreement is always signed on the name of brand. Because we have created that relationship, and we give a sub-lease option or a partnership option to our franchisees. We sign up another agreement with them so that we are there for them. Of course, because it's a multiple units. One of the builder, for example, Gaurav was talking about, say, DLF or Shapurji Palan. They have multiple apartments.
Right.
Now it's easy for builder or association also to deal with the brand.
Correct. Okay. Now, because Bangalore and locations you have been operating for last 5 years, the people would know. I have a question which is coming from certain locations, like in West, you're looking for a master franchisee. And so would be the case in other states that you want to enter into. Is there a go-to-market support that you would offer to the master franchisee as well? And if that, what would that be?
Absolutely. I think the initial question when you ask, can we go to another territory like Pune or some other territory. The key is even the master franchisees sign up with us. They need not have to be from similar industry, and they need not have to worry about what I need to do. Those things will be taken care of by the brand. One of the brand representative will get into that territory, help and support them. How do we sign up with the brand? What all the process we need to follow? And then how do we sign up a new franchisee? So the first hand-holding and training for the first 3 months will be done by the brand, actually executed by brand and brand representative initially for them to learn and understand, and they repeat the same thing.
Okay, great. I'll take up one question from Aminuddin. He's also currently from Bangalore, and he says, I'm into a profession and he's currently working. Is this okay for him to manage both his profession and maybe the center that he takes as a franchisee? And would that a longer duration time or commitment which is required for him? Will he need to leave the job? Can he take care of these two businesses together is the question from him.
Great. Thank you, Aminuddin, for the question. And this is the burning question for a lot of other people. Now we must check our profile, what kind of franchisees signed up with them. Most of the franchisees who signed up with them with us in Bangalore are working professionals. They're working in the corporate because, they don't want to just leave the job and get into a business. They want to leave the job at some point in time in their life, but they don't want to risk so much that they leave the job and get into business. They don't know what is going to happen. As I rightly said, it's a safer way of doing business. However, you can continue working and you can start this business as well. The good news is it's a system-driven business. What I require from my franchisee partner is about 4 to 6 hours in a week. If they can give 6 hours in a week, more welcome. Because what we do is we train and coach them so much before they start the business. They exactly understand the difference between the job and the business they are getting into. They're so much equipped, they can take more hours also if they want, but I require from them about 6 hours in a week, and they can easily do because weekend they are free.
Right. Okay, Dr. Rakib, another question which I like to ask is, what is the average salaries of the people that are employed at the center?
So if you notice average, it is anywhere between 15 to 17,000 rupees.
And which makes close to about 1 odd lakh if there are 5 people who are deployed in the outlet?
Yes, about 1 lakh rupees of employee salary expenditure. Of course, we review it. 5 people is a peak good point for us if the business is coming great. Initially, we can have with 3 staff and gradually increase. And we need not have to worry about that. We have to take all the good stuff coming in because we know for the fact they can trust on brand. That brand will support you if you need additional staffing.
Sure. And within Bangalore itself, because you currently have some tie-ups with developers that you have done, do you want to maybe talk to the viewers? Is there any availability of these tie-ups which can be extended at this point in time? Somebody wants to take it immediately?
Honestly, if I share a quick fact with you, when we sign up the first apartment model in Bangalore, now the same partner have signed the third apartment model with us now. So I have noticed that, and they both husband, wife works. They're working for corporate and pharmaceutical company, and they're now running 3 outlets. So that's one factor which I wanted to share, that the business is developed in such a manner that people are eagerly signing up for this business because this is an opportunity for them. Now we have a pipeline created. There's a good, healthy pipeline as well, wherein people have signed up and looking out for the property. And so at the moment, yes, we are talking to close to about 15 odd builders, and we have created a list of 450 apartments in Bangalore itself.
Okay.
So, and our team is closely monitoring and working on those apartments and model, and we have created that wonderful pipeline. So of course, there's a huge amount of opportunity. Now 450 to 500 apartments are available for us. What I expect from our partners who have signed up a franchisee with us is come up with referrals. For sure, you will know some builders associations, some friends living in there. You have to just give the reference. Our team will go and close the deal for you. We'll do all the negotiation because we are experts in that, and provide that cushion for them also. They need not have to worry about how do I, close or connect with the builders association.
Okay. Now I'll again, Nadine, he wants to know what is the lead time to get functional, because you already have tie-ups, and since he's already working, what is the lead time if you have a location and the capital to invest? How much days or month would it take for an individual to get functional?
Great. So if the place is available and the money is ready and we are all set, it generally takes about 2 to 3 months. So about 60 to 90 days is a very good time to get the operations up and running for business.
Great. Dr. Raghi, we've been talking about only the apartment model. So I see some people also questioning and asking if there's a model which is outside apartment also available. So for example, I have an inquiry from J&K also, and J&K would not have a structure like this. So do you see a possibility of a salon model outside apartment at this stage?
See, the key strength, if you talk about, and Sonia, you know it better, last decade, we have run the salons outside, isn't it? We started apartment model just 2 years ago. So we are expert in doing that. However, the areas where there's no apartment, we are absolutely open to see that perspective. So the opportunity is available for people. We need to see the location, understand the viability of business, because for us, it's very important that our partners become successful. So we'll do everything in our power to get that understanding done first. If that is viable, then why not?
Great, Dr. Ragib, I see questions still coming in, and I have another one, Shoaib, he wants to take in Kurnool in Andhra Pradesh. There's somebody from Bangalore. I see a lot of inquiries which have come up, and I would maybe one question before we do that, because you're currently tying up with many societies. Is there kind of a radius which is given to a franchisee within which the other cannot come up? Is a question from Sarvana.
Okay, great. Now, understand, if we are talking about a unit franchisee, we need not have to worry about territory, because once you get into an apartment, it's your apartment and it's your customers. So that's a great news. And that's also, you become so free that you are not worried about what is happening in my competition as well, as long as you're providing that quality service. Correct. So your territory is your complex.
Okay. And outside the apartments, is there a radius that you give? If it is not an apartment model.
Okay. So if it is not an apartment model, so wherever we are going as an apartment model, we prefer not to have an outside model. Okay. So we keep in the mind, because there'll be a lot of challenges in terms of territory, and there'll be charges in terms of fees of the services and all those stuff. So what we do is, once we get into an apartment model, then we stick to that apartment model, and we don't get into an outside model and territory there in that particular region.
Pretty much on the time. So
yes,
still the questions are coming in, and it's a very interesting model, I should say. It's a
thank you.
Very, very scalable, especially if the cities are Chennai, Pune, Mumbai, Delhi NCR, Calcutta. All these places have become very large gated townships, and it's a very interesting model. Bangalore obviously is a strong base for you. Already 250 odd identified locations are available. I think my answer to this whole opportunity would be that if we can re-engineer the capex, and it can come down to overall 8-9 lakh rupees, looking at the current COVID situation, people don't want to really invest. And the best would be if you live in that apartment and you really get a business also, and you have your own RW that I want to really take it up. That would be even better, because what best can be that you are living in that same apartment and your business is also around there. And you never would be taken out, because RW always prefers if the resident who is actually running, and resident always takes a benefit, and everybody would support you, and you can really service them. I mean, unless you really mess up the service, then anybody would take you out. But if you are reasonably giving good service, then you will always be there in the business. So it's a very interesting business model, and good innovation. And that's why we wanted to bring into our forum, because again, I always maintain that salon is a business which always grows month on month. It grows half an inch. You try it, even if you there's COVID going on, it still grows, right? So it doesn't have to be entire thing. So I think these businesses are much stable businesses, but you need to take a conservative viewpoint on two things. One, get a lowest capex structure, and also put the lowest projections. You don't over expect this business. This is not a business, but it give you a decent regular income. It's a very good income business, and continue to give you good income. Even if you get an income which is 50 to 75,000 rupees on a month, it's not a bad business. If you put 7-8 lakh rupees, 9 lakh rupees as a capex, and you're able to start a business like that, I think there is a merit in that business model. And the idea would be, get the right location, lock the location faster than you. I think, I know, as they have really innovative, a lot of other chains would also like to innovate, but it is all about who goes first in the market, and who takes that market and leadership. So if you are interested in taking that franchise, please reach out to us on our business hotline number, which has been mentioned. Put a little profile, and we'll be more than happy to set up your discovery day. We anyway want to really set up a date, which Sonia, if you have a date in mind where you want to.
Yeah, I was thinking if we could do it on the 19th of this month, which is Wednesday.
19th available with you? Is 19th fine?
Yes, that should be fine.
Yeah, so 19th we can have a discovery day for the brand, and if you are interested to set up one-on-one discussion with the brand and spend some time and understand where you want to really do either a master or a unit franchise, then we'll be more than happy to really set it up. Take your decision based on because it's a captive. Again, I'm saying you can have a rock star performance if you get the right kind of place. I mean, if somebody gets into a golf course in DLF and you are in one of those buildings where people have apartments worth 15 crores and there are many families living there, I mean, the kind of number you can do there is a very different number, because the indulgence of that apartments and the people with the kind of services they would use would be very high. And this is very popular. Actually, this is not so popular in India, but universally it's very popular. There is also in US, there is especially in New York and places like that, there are these blow dry bars, they call it. So there's just blow dry because people don't really wash their hair, especially women don't wash their hair in homes, and they would go and just wash and blow dry and go to work. And so there are a lot of micro franchisees across this New York, right? So and these are normally in the next to apartment or within the apartment and things like that. So it's a kind of an essential service which works everywhere. So good to have you, Doctor. And last remarks from your side, from Sonia, and then we close today's webinar. Thank you. Yeah, Doctor, your last remarks. What do you want to really share?
Yeah, sure. Great. I just want to thank you and thank all the viewers for your time. Thank you so much for being a patient listener. I would just like to say, opportunity in business, there are challenges, there are some good days and some challenging days. Now, it's always good to have a sustainable, as Gaurav was also talking about, sustainable business wherein you are sure that these clients are available for me. That kind of sustainability is available, and we are welcoming master franchisee for different region, and we are inviting few of the forms already. And of course, there's a huge opportunity for apartment salon model. So low investment and a continuous return model. So look forward. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Raghib. I would still say, location is the key, and getting the right captive audience is very important. Apart from Bangalore, which already you mentioned 450 locations you're in discussions that can be offered to prospective business buyers. You can also work with the other developers. So Pune, Bombay, I have inquiries. So people have money, but they don't have a location. So just to reiterate, you will also help these people to get a location in Pune and Bombay, or maybe assist them in doing that. And I like to maybe I've written to all our viewers also on their chat, and 19th is what we'll block, friends, for all of you. We have given our hotline number, which is in the chat box. Kindly take that. And we have our team member from Bangalore, who is Mr. Kiran C, who will get in touch with every one of you. We'll maybe request that each one of you shares a bit profile. If you have a location in mind and whatever your current occupation is, if that can be sent across to us, would be really very helpful. And we'll block about 25 to 30 minutes on 19th of August with Dr. Raghib. So, I hope that's fine. Thank you so much, Dr. Raghib. And I'll request Gaurav that you do your final note, and then over to you, Archana.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was a good session, and we see an opportunity in this space, an opportunity to create leadership in captive salon market. And in the captive salon market, you obviously is a front runner for that, and you created this in the right timing. So it's a good opportunity. So anybody who's interested, please reach out 971-76-83838. That's our business hotline. We directly monitor, Sonia and I directly monitor. And then we can put our teams, as she's already done. There's a gentleman called Kiran C, who's based out of Bangalore, who handled it. I would also put a piece of advice, because we are reaching out today to a lot of people, and more than 150,000 investors have reached out to us in last about 3 odd months, and there are a lot of other consultants which are also registered consultants with Franchiseindia called independent franchise consultants. So please do verify when you're discussing with anybody any opportunity. It should be either a member or a registered consultant with Franchiseindia, because a lot of times we get calls where people are representing Franchiseindia, which we are not endorsing anybody. So our purpose is that whenever you are making a decision, you take it the right decision, talk to the right brand, and also Franchiseindia and their registered consultants would be rightly available to advise you on taking the decision. Over to you, Archana.
Thank you so much everyone for joining us today. We want to extend our thanks to all the participants who've joined. Our Dr. Saab, thank you so much for joining us today, and our panel member. We really appreciate the effort put in time by you. We want to invite your all the suggestion, feedback, any kind of the inquiry at our business hotline number, which is 97176-83838. You can also join, connect with Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am at their respective LinkedIn IDs. That's the information on your screen. But before you go and we say final goodbye, we are also inviting you for today's Franchisee Sahi Hai webinar, which is at 6 o'clock, where Mr. Maria, who's the franchisee guru, talking about how you can take a business and what all decision you should be taking while you start your business. So would you like to add something here?
The initiative which Sonia and I am leading, and this initiative is essentially designed purely for investors, because we are an investor-centric franchise-focused company. हमारे लिए इन्वेस्टर का इन नॉलेज बढ़ाना बहुत जरूरी है, और आज की डेट में क्योंकि जहाँ 50% इन्वेस्टर ऐसे हैं जो अपने लिए बिजनेस पहली बार खरीद रहे हैं, उन्होंने कभी बिजनेस नहीं किया, और ये ट्रेंड हर जगह है, और स्पेशली बहुत ज़्यादा है बैंगलोर, पुणे, जहाँ पर लोग आईटी में हैं, कहीं जॉब में हैं, वो लोग अपने लिए नया बिजनेस खरीदते हैं. तो हमने एक सीरीज शुरू की है. दिस इज द 4th edition of this series, where we touch upon when you're looking to buy a franchise, what all you need to really see through. We've already done 3 episodes. We've taken the legal part last time. How do you legally do that? It is also available on our Facebook channel. If you missed some episodes, please go through that. It would give you absolutely insight. And today, 6 o'clock, again, we are doing this, where we give you even the checklist, how you rate any company, how you rate any business before you buy. So it's very, very helpful. Please register yourself. अगर आप वो चेकलिस्ट को फॉलो करते हैं तो ज़्यादातर आपका डिसीजन राइट होगा. और ये हम हर को एडवाइस कर रहे हैं, हर इन्वेस्टर्स को, कि आप वो अपनी चेकलिस्ट जरूर देखिए. वो चेकलिस्ट देने के बाद ही आप कोई बिजनेस का डिसीजन लीजिए. So come on the 6 o'clock. You are most welcome. You can get your registration link from our teams and or send it on business hotline. We will be more than happy to send you a link, and come and join us on Franchisee Hai.
Thank you so much
today, because we are talking about how a master franchise, area developer, FOFO, different formats work, and how do you really choose? Because a lot of people just choose master, becoming a master. They don't understand, am I really eligible to be master? Having money is a very small part of any business decision. Money is okay, money is an investment. But more importantly, it needs a different mindset when you're doing a master, and it's a different mindset when you're doing the unit franchise.
Thank you so much, Gaurav sir. But tomorrow we are also inviting you for special Sunday. Yes, on Sunday it's always special because we try to present you another great opportunity on Sunday. Tomorrow we are inviting you for Tea Kettle brands, which again comes from South. They're already operational with 6+ outlets, and they are adding more. So do not miss this chance. Join us tomorrow sharp at 12 p.m. for Business Opportunity with Chai webinar series, where we are presenting you this brand. And in the evening, you can join us for UP show, where we are presenting you top 10 brands who are looking out expansion in UP and rest of the cities. So you can join us. Do registration for Franchisee Sahi Hai, which is scheduled for tomorrow 6 o'clock. Tea Kettle webinar, which is scheduled at tomorrow 12 o'clock, and UP show, which is scheduled to tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So you do registration, book your slot at our business hotline number, which is 97176-83838. Do share your suggestions, request, inquiry at the same business hotline number. We say final goodbye to you for today. Stay happy, stay safe, maintain good mental and physical health. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Saab.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you.